Across the river Naf, Rakhine State in Myanmar. Hidden from the world, deadly violence is unfolding there against Rohingya Muslims. Chilling accounts trickling in from those who've managed to escape to Bangladesh. Until 2 weeks ago, this man was a wealthy trader with a family in Myanmar. Now he's alone, hiding in a hut. If caught, he could be sent back by Bangladeshi authorities. He and his family were part of these crowds fleeing their homes on the 5th of August. In videos verified by the BBC, women, children, the elderly seen rushing to the banks of the river to save themselves. The trader says it was by the shore in an open space where Arakan Army, an ethnic insurgent group, dropped bombs on unarmed Rohingyas using drones.
We heard a loud sound and an explosion. We were thrown on the ground. I, my wife, my mother, my daughter, son and sister were there when the bomb struck. All of them died. I don't know why I survived. My daughter died in my arms.
All the people here died, a man cries in a video filmed after the bombing. Other videos too distressing, so we're not showing them. In them you can see the ground covered with bodies, many of them children. The trader told us this is his wife, fatally injured but alive. He wasn't able to carry her out. She died later.
My heart is broken. I'll never go back to Myanmar. I saw more than 200 bodies. Arakan Army doesn't want to leave any Muslim alive.
It's not easy to get through to people in Mongdo as phone networks have been down. But we managed to call one man who said Arakan Army had forced Rohingyas out of their homes and were holding them together. The group has said it was evacuating people for safety, but the man rejects the claims.
I'm 65. Both my mother and I are ill. But we cannot move out of here because if we do, the Arakan Army will shoot us. Please save us if you can. We are running out of food and medicines. Many people are suffering from diarrhea, vomiting and other diseases.
Those who've escaped are hiding in these camps in Bangladesh. Built back in 2017, when 1 million Rohingyas fled brutal violence carried out by Myanmar's military. Now the junta's troops are being pushed out of the Rakhine by Arakan Army. But for the Rohingyas, that has not brought hope of a return to their land. Instead, it's renewed fears. In the past week alone, thousands have paid boatmen and armed traffickers to take them to safety. This video filmed by a Rohingya man. Not a long journey, but it's fraught with risks. More than a dozen have drowned. These crudely marked shallow graves are where some of the bodies that washed ashore are buried. Among them were 5 of this woman's children: Rusma, Aziz, Faisal, Rosia and Dilkes. My children were like pieces of my heart. After my husband died, I raised them with so much difficulty. When I think of them, I feel like I want to die. I miss them so much, she told us. This is her grandson. Both his parents and his younger brother have died. The Arakan Army attacked us with drones. We heard 9 bombs fall while we were hiding, the woman told us. Later, we had to run across bodies on our way to the river. In the alleys of these camps, we've heard from more than a dozen survivors, all of whom have said they were deliberately attacked by the Arakan army. In response to the BBC, the group has said that the attack happened in an area which is not under their control and they have no connection to it. The Arakan army has been making rapid advances in the Rakhine state. It's projected itself as a resistance group that's fighting on behalf of the people against the military junta. But from what we've heard here now, it faces credible accusations of the mass killings of civilians. There are calls for it to be investigated for war crimes. This family was also caught in the drone attacks. Their baby boy killed. In a corner, their daughter, running a high fever after 2 days spent on a boat without food or water before they could slip into Bangladesh. The man told us Rohingyas are being forcibly conscripted and persecuted by both sides.
We are being targeted by the Arakan army and the Myanmar military. They are killing us almost every day. We are helpless.
These are the only images they have of baby Zedur, one of scores of Rohingyas killed indiscriminately. The dead uncounted, their stories undocumented. Yogatalamae, BBC News, Technaf.